So in week 4 of the NFL season, the San Francisco 49ers lost to the LA Chargers 27-29. I watched every snap. I have NFL Game Pass. It was very interesting. I learned a lot. It was a confusing game to watch. It gave me very mixed feelings. I want to make a statement that might be controversial, but I really believe. In my opinion, the best performance from a quarterback by the San Francisco 49ers has come from CJ Beathard, the backup, not Jimmy Garoppolo. Another way of saying that is, I think CJ Beathard, the backup quarterback, outplayed Jimmy Garoppolo on Sunday. I mean, if you forget looks, if you forget the big contract, and you just look at it objectively, CJ Beathard outplayed Jimmy Garoppolo. Remember, Jimmy Garoppolo is the 49ers starting quarterback. He tore his ACL. He's out for the year. And I would say that Jimmy Garoppolo's play before his injury was actually disappointing. Remember, he really wasn't great. He got hurt. It sucks. I know he's kind of San Francisco's hero. I don't want to crap on the 49ers star quarterback that got hurt, but he had a 59% completion percentage. 59%. The barrier in the NFL is 60. He hadn't met that yet. He had 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He should have had 4 interceptions. If you remember against the Detroit Lions in week 2, Jimmy Garoppolo threw the interception that would have cost the 49ers the game. It should have cost the 49ers the game, but it got called back because of a defensive holding not near the play. I don't know. That has left a bad taste in my mouth for a long time, but that's not the only reason I'm concerned about Jimmy Garoppolo and why I'm not just, I don't know how to put this. The simple way to put it is Jimmy Garoppolo held the ball too long. He was indecisive. He would hold the ball for 7, 8 seconds. You cannot do that and expect to be successful in the NFL. I mean, the barrier was pretty low for CJ Beathard. He didn't have to do a lot to do better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Again, I don't mean to crap on the 49ers hero, but CJ Beathard simply made fewer mistakes than Jimmy Garoppolo did on Sunday. Who knows if CJ Beathard's going to keep it up? And I'm not saying the guy played great. And it's worth noting, Beathard had 2 chances to drive the 49ers down the field and take the lead. But there were some mistakes the 49ers made that should have won the game. If you remember, he had 2 interceptions late in the game. One of them was on the goal line. CJ Beathard throws a perfect pass, a very highly catchable pass. It hits a receiver in the hands, bounces up, is picked off on the goal line, taken back for a huge gain. If that had not been intercepted, even if the drive stalls, even if they don't score a touchdown on that drive, they could have kicked the field goal. The game would have ended 30-29. The 49ers would have won. That loss was largely on that wide receiver. But forget that for a minute. There was also another interception late in the game, final drive for the 49ers. CJ Beathard got hit as he threw from behind. And that was a complete breakdown in the offensive line. That was horrible blocking. Right as he hits his 3rd step, he sets the throw. You should have enough time to take a 3-step drop and throw the ball without getting hit. The fact that the free rusher came from the left, hit him behind, and forced that interception, that's not acceptable. That's the offensive line's fault, not the defense. CJ Beathard was incredibly safe on Sunday, but he was also decisive. There was a 3rd down play, a 3rd and 2, where I thought he had a window over the middle. He didn't force it. He kept rolling, eventually threw the ball away. And I remember in my notes I wrote down, that was a safe play. But what he didn't do is hold on the ball too long. CJ Beathard got the ball out incredibly quick, much faster than Jimmy Garoppolo did. He did not take a lot of sacks that Jimmy Garoppolo probably would have taken. And he was incredibly accurate down the middle of the field. CJ Beathard does not have the biggest arm in the world. He's not an incredibly like you watch Patrick Mahomes, it's a breathtakingly huge arm. Josh Allen has a huge arm. CJ Beathard has an average arm. Kind of a boring arm. In fact, he's kind of a boring player. He's got a beard. He's not incredibly good looking. He doesn't have a huge contract. But if you remove Jimmy Garoppolo's looks, if you take away Jimmy Garoppolo's huge contract, if they're on a level playing field, what's the narrative right now in San Francisco? They're asking questions about Jimmy Garoppolo. The reason why the 49ers fans are committed to Jimmy Garoppolo is because of his contract. If we look at it objectively, you can make a great argument that CJ Beathard might be a better quarterback right now than Jimmy Garoppolo played this year. I don't know how to explain that 5-game run last year, but his start to 2018 was not acceptable. Jimmy Garoppolo's. It was not good. It was not encouraging. And the fact that CJ Beathard looks better than Jimmy Garoppolo after just one game. All that really does is said a lot about Jimmy Garoppolo. It spoke to how, I think, disappointing Jimmy Garoppolo played in the first couple weeks of the season. CJ Beathard was boring, but he was also consistent. He didn't hold on to the ball too long. He didn't take bad sacks. He didn't force the ball into windows that weren't there. He had 2 interceptions. Neither were really his fault. I don't know. He had numerous drops. The 49ers were terrible at the offensive line. They had bad protection. Frequently, guys would come free at CJ Beathard. That's not his fault. And yet, despite the things that worked against CJ Beathard, he executed the offense. He put them in a position to almost win the game. 27-29. And if that ball doesn't get tipped at the goal line, they win the game. I don't know. I'm very interested in watching CJ Beathard the rest of this year. The 49ers play the Cardinals this week. The Cardinals are starting their rookie quarterback, Josh Rosen. I think the 49ers are not only going to win the game, but I think they should win the game. CJ Beathard's a better quarterback than people realize. And I'm very, very fascinated in this story. Again, remove the emotional bias. Remove your emotional connection to Jimmy Garoppolo. Forget about Jimmy Garoppolo's good looks. Forget about the $137.5 million contract he has. If you look at it objectively, CJ Beathard against the Chargers looked better in one game than Jimmy Garoppolo has in his entire 2018 season. I don't know. That's a red flag to me. That's concerning to me. I like Jimmy Garoppolo. I want him to succeed. I want the 49ers more than anything to have a franchise quarterback. But CJ Beathard, it's boring, but he played better than Jimmy Garoppolo did. My opinion, that's the show. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It means a ton. And if you are not aware, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, or you can find smaller little breakout clips like the one you just watched. Help me grow. If you like Strong Opinion Sports, help me grow the show by telling your friends about it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so much, and have a great day.